Welcome into the pregame show, and with me is, of course, Mr. Mark Humble, the head coach of the Harker Heights and Knights. And boy, you really put some points on the scoreboard the other night. The team looked very efficient offensively, defensively, special teams, all the way across the board. You had to be happy.
Yeah, really happy, ecstatic for playing well in the first game, to be 1-0 and to play at a high level, special teams, offense, and defense. So overall, a great team victory for us going into week one, and now we turn and focus on week two and see what we need to fix and polish up and play a top-notch championship playoff caliber team in Smithson Valley.
I always ask coaches sometime when I'm interviewing them, how soon do you go to that huddle account and start looking at the game?
Oh, I hit the 24-hour rule after Friday night. You're pretty spent. You go home and kind of relax, decompress, think about the game, and then, the next morning you come in and watch the film and see what needs to be fixed. And so you really don't start focusing on the next opponent until you put the other one to rest, the other one to bed. So I usually don't get to it till we're all done with the corrections that we need, and then, that Saturday afternoon or whatever, I'll start looking at the next opponent and start getting ready for the next week.
So it's available to you to watch your game the next morning?
Yeah. So really, some of our coaches watch it immediately after that night.
Wow.
And won't go and do so.
Start breaking it down. Start getting. Some of them can't wait. I'm exhausted by then, and so I want to get home and take a little bit of a nap before we get started for the next week. You got your steps in on the sidelines the other night.
Oh yeah. Anytime it's Thursday or Friday night, you're going to get your steps in, traveling up and down. Chasing kids, getting in and out of the huddle, getting to the bench, checking on kids, and
speaking with referees.
Yeah, speaking with referees. It was all good conversations. That crew was good, and they were able to talk, and I just want to know what they saw, and they let me know, and so that's part of it.
Yeah. Yep. And so you get the victory over the Ellison Eagles. That gets you one step closer to getting that. There's a trophy that whoever wins the most games the KISD gets. I don't know if it's still floating around or not, and so you'll get that if you keep beating the KISD.
Well, I think that's our only KISD team, so now we're on. So we'll let Killeen and Shoemaker and all.
Yeah, you're out of the mix now.
Yeah,
bro.
Out of the mix. So
it's been set here in the field house for a couple of years.
Yeah. It's a pretty cool deal. So,
but, of course, Smithson Valley, legendary program. We talked about Coach Hill before we went on the air here. And the program he puts together every year, they're very competitive.
Oh, very competitive. Well-coached, championship program. Coach Hill's done an unbelievable job there, and they continue to play at a high level. Nothing's changed for them. They just new kids, new jerseys, but their program operates exactly the same. And so they're going to play at a high level, offense, defense, and special teams. They're going to play hard, and they're going to play for 4 quarters. And so it's going to be a great test for us. And kind of going into this week, we're going to treat it like a playoff game. You don't have to wait till week 11 to get playoff ready. And so we'll see where we stand and treating this like a week 2 playoff game for the Harker Heights Knights.
What kind of offense they run?
They're pretty conventional, 11 personnel, tight end and 1 back. They're power run team, RPOs. They like to control the football. They've got a 5-star receiver that didn't play last year that got hurt. He's back, super explosive. He can go. I think in their first scrimmage, he took a hitch route, 80 yards in his first touch. He's the guy they're looking to get the ball to. Quarterback's efficient. Great decision maker, runs the offense. Offensive line is really, really good, big, and they've got 2 steady running backs that are hard to tackle. And so they'll control the ball, and then they'll look to get the ball to their receiver for big, explosive plays.
When did the giant tight end come into play in the past, 10 years or so?
Everything goes in phases, man, cyclical. We had the spread rave back in, the early 2000s, mid-2000s, and then you have the introduction and coming back to the tight end, the H-back, and you're starting to see that more. When you have that guy, and for us, we do, it creates problems for the defense. They don't know whether to treat him as a slot receiver or an H-back, a fullback, a tight end. And so it's just really great to have, because in championship games, you have to run the football. You've got to be able to run the football, and you have to run the football when everyone knows you need to run the football. And so that's always our goal, is to run the ball effectively and efficiently.
And talking about your offense, you were able to get a lot of kids into the ball game with such a wide margin of victory. Get that playing time. You can't you can't put a dollar figure on that. I mean, that's
no,
awesome.
It's always great when you get those opportunities. And all these kids, they work so hard. They're here early in the morning. They're lifting weights. They're meeting. They're practicing. And so to get the opportunity to get all our kids in, it's super special. They deserve that. And so I know when the starters get to come out a little bit, and then our other guys get to go in. It's a super exciting time on the sideline because that means the game's going really well. But excited for our kids all to get that playing experience because they all deserved it. They all earned it. So it was a fun night.
Anybody want to highlight offensively, defensively?
I think our whole offense played well. We were balanced. All three backs had a great night. Dylan, our quarterback, had a great night. And so it was a great team effort defensively. I think KB Anderson had an unbelievable night all over the field, making plays, batting balls, causing fumbles. He really caused two. The first one on the sack was a fumble on the quarterback, and he recovered it. They called it an incomplete pass. I guess he hit him so hard it looked like his arm went forward, but it did not. And then, to start the second half, he comes, blitzing off the edge, hits the running back, ball pops up. We get the ball back. So our whole defense played great. And then special teams, Jaden Fletcher was great in the kicking game. And then we also had a block punt, which was really good, and a blocked extra point. And so just pleased, a huge team victory. And so now we see what we can do going into week 2.
And how many days were you with these kids before that first game?
I don't know how many days, but it'd been 28 practices going into that game.
More or less.
Yeah, 28 practices.
Wow.
I told Dylan that game was the 28th opportunity. We are all together, the 28th time that he's run that offense, and pretty remarkable. So great credit to our kids and great credit to our coaching staff buying into what we're doing and just immersing themselves in it. And I think they saw and got to see and reap the benefits of that on Thursday night.
And that place was packed.
It was.
There was so many people there, and then there was so many buses there because y'all had to all go out there, and it was just amazing how they pulled it all off. But your crowd was just awesome.
Yeah, busting at the seams. It just goes to show you how important athletics is in Harker Heights and how important our school is and what it means to our community, and for everyone to be there, from the cheerleading to the band to the bells to our parents. Standing room only. Our student section did an unbelievable job for 4 quarters, and so that's what makes our place really special. That whole theme and motto of repping the shield. It's just not the players on the field. It goes and bleeds all the way into everybody in the stands, and so it was a great night across the board to be a Harker Heights night.
And then I was able to meet your family. That was nice. You have a beautiful family, great family there.
Yeah, they were excited. They were excited to be there and excited to be a part, and so it was a special night across the board.
Well, Stony Point is up for you tonight. What's the game plan?
We just got to play efficient championship football. It's going to be a 4-quarter game, probably come down to the last possession. And so if we can do that, take care of the football, get the football back on defense, and be be efficient in the kicking game, I think we'll be in great shape. It's going to be the team that plays the best and doesn't turn it over that's going to be successful, just like in a playoff game.
So it's going to be a good ball game, so people definitely need to come out for this one.
Yeah, it'll be a huge ball game. I expect it to be senior night, so we'll honor 35 seniors on our team. We'll honor 6 managers and 2 student athletic trainers, and then also our cheerleaders, our senior cheerleaders. So it should be a good night. A lot of parents, a lot of guardians, packed house for a championship program that we're going to get to play in Smithson Valley. I think they'll travel well, and so it should be a great ball game at Leo Buckley on Friday night.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. Give me that locker room talk.
Oh, no locker room talk. I already said that last week. All the talking's done. If I got to fire them up on Friday before a game, then we didn't do our work during the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So not much talking takes place. We just get it strapped up, we break it down, we run through the castle, and we go play football.
He is humble. It's right there in his name, people. Good job, Mark. Well, good luck to you, and we'll talk to you after the game. I should be there.
Sounds good. Thanks, Dan.
You're watching I-14 Sports Network.